Charlie C. Jones, shown by Dictograph to have been Foxy, Detective Miles talks freely. Atlanta Journal, Saturday, May 24, 1913. Proprietor of Rex, near Beer Saloon and Private Sleuth, are quoted as having negotiated with Febuary for papers in Phagan case. Jones was very cautious in his utterances. Miles was quite positive Mayor Woodward would see to it that Febuary was protected. Following the alleged dictographed conversations of Colonel Thomas B. Felder and Mayor Woodward Wednesday afternoon, an engagement was made by A.S. Colyar for Charles C. Jones, proprietor of the Rex near Beer Saloon, and E.O. Miles, a private detective, to meet G.C. Febuary, Secretary to Chief of Detectives N.A. Lanford, in room number 31 of Williams House No.2, to further discuss the subject of extracting certain papers from the safe of the Chief of Detectives. This alleged discussion was also dictographed, and from the dictograph record it appears that Jones was too foxy for the ingenious machine. He was apparently very guarded in his utterances, although he took occasion to attack Police Chief Beavers and Marion Jackson of the Men and Religious Forward Movement for their part in closing up the restricted district. Miles was more frank in his conversation. The dictograph record quotes him as agreeing to meet Colyar in February outside Fulton County for the transfer of the papers and assuring the latter that he would be protected by Mayor Woodward. The dictograph record. Following is the dictograph record on the Miles Jones February Colyar conversation. The following conversation occurred in room number 31 at Williams House No. 2, 3436 North Forsyth Street, Atlanta, Georgia, Wednesday evening between 8 and 9 o'clock, between C.C. Jones, E.O. Miles, and A.S. Colyar. Colyar. It has been very warm today, hasn't it? Miles. Yes, it has. I asked Mr. Felder if you mentioned Mr. Jones's name to him, and he said no. Colyar. He told me Monday night that Mr. Jones was a friend of his, and he thought it an outrage the way they had done him. Miles. You know I asked you this afternoon why you wanted to see Mr. Jones. Colyar. If you don't want to talk, that's all right. Jones. In what way? Colyar. Tom told me they did you pretty dirty down here at the station house. Jones. Yes, they closed up the houses I had. I had a lot of property. Colyar. He told me they framed up on you. Jones. There is no doubt but what it was a frame up. Colyar. Tom told me he would to see the gang put out the business. Jones. The record now is, voice very indistinct just then, they never grafted me. Wouldn't be any use for me to give them any money. Miles. You told me you wanted to see Jones. It is not a question of lack of confidence, as what I told you was true as far as I know. But if he knows anything at all about it, I don't know just what it is. Jones. I don't know anything. I just told them to go ahead and build them houses and move them across the street. Even some of them went over there and picked out the spot. I built the houses, put the money in, and paid for them. 3 or 4 days before they closed the houses, the chief of the city of Atlanta, that it would never do to close this district, and I was surprised one morning by a telephone message from someone at number 18 that the chief had given 5 or 6 days' notice to get out. I don't remember which. And I never even went to the trouble to go to this man to ask him what he meant, as I could not figure it out to save my life what he meant. That is all that I know of. I found out what he was doing. I understand that Jackson was holding conversations with him anywhere from 1 to 3 times a day. Colyar. Who is Jackson? What Jones is quoted as saying concerning Marion Jackson. Jones. Jackson is the man that owns the biggest house in Atlanta now, and the chief was there and wanted to know what he had done about the license of the hotel, and the people owe him $500 a month each. I understand he opened. Colyar. Who is John Egan? Jones. He is one of them Jackson crowd. Colyar. They certainly must have some kind of a pull. Jones. They got something. I don't know what it is. Colyar. What does Jackson do? Jones. Jackson runs them religious bulletins. I know them to be the fact, for he owns this place, and on one occasion after he told him that he had better close his own mouth. To be exact, he owns the Empire Hotel. The man that was running the hotel had an engagement to introduce me to this man. John Dawson told me that he had just had the hotel for 3 or 4 months, and that he had cleaned the hotel out. And I looked at him and said, yes, you cleaned it out, no doubt of that, but you run it different from what other people run it. The man went to one room and the woman to the other, with a door opening between it. So I will be frank with you. If I had anything that would convict Mr. Beavers, I would tell it on the public streets. I think he is everything in the world but a man. I will be frank with you about that. If he takes my dollar and then goes to the other fellow and takes his dollar, he would tell me to go to hell, but of course I need to be a gambler. I run the Rex, and everybody knows it. I wouldn't trust Beavers as far as I could throw. Colyar. I want to talk to you about. Jones. I am going to handle. I don't know whether Colyar. Well, we can make it. I will show you something. Jones. I don't think it is going to. As far as my own knowledge is concerned, I have never been able to. Well, I haven't tried to. Well, as I haven't slept much lately, I think I will go. Well, I will see you tomorrow. Miles. Well, I am much obliged to you for coming in. Jones. I will try and get here between 10 and 11. Will that suit you? I am glad to have met you. Good night. Colyar. Have you seen Felder since you saw me? Miles. Yes. Colyar. What did he say about going out of town? Miles. Will he go? Colyar. Well, we will get the papers. Miles. I told him that was reasonable. Colyar. Then I will get the papers at 2:30 tomorrow. What time will you get it in the morning? Miles. I will get in at 8:30 tomorrow, and I have an appointment. Colyar. I think it is best to go out there. Miles. I have no doubt. It can't possibly muss our side. Colyar. Call me up at 2401 Atlanta phone at the hotel at 1 o'clock. I won't have anything to do with the transfer of them in Fulton County, as long as he says Felder bulled Morse out of federal penitentiary. Miles. Yes, it makes a great deal more. He can bull a Morse out. I think he owes him most of it. Colyar. What was his fee? Miles. $100,000. Colyar. How much did he get? Miles. Oh, absolutely. Colyar. How long have you known Felder? Miles. I have known him 25 years personally. Colyar. Question incoherent. Miles. Did you not hear him commit himself? Colyar. Answer incoherent. Now listen here. This boy needs protection. Will you do all in your power to see that he gets protection? Will you promise not to use it in any way as to jeopardize his position in any way? Miles. And I believe he would, because I have seen him tried. I have been through all his campaigns with him, and I have never known him to go back on his word. I can't convince my mind that the young man won't balk. He is liable to lose his nerve. He seems nervous and afraid. Colyar. No, he won't balk. He is just timid. Miles. In dealing with a rattlesnake, I never think about. Dictaphone not clear. Do you? Colyar. No. Miles. I presume every man has his own code of honor, and mine is, if the right is figured in the wrong, that the right needn't hurt you. I don't mean to call him a rattlesnake, as I don't know anything against him. By that respect, I had in mind the general corruption in that department down there. Colyar. He goes down there and gets the papers and brings them out there, and they are the papers that you and Felder want, and they would know that nobody could get them, but Lanford and him and Lanford would say he didn't get them, and they would know Febuary got them and would fire him right away. Now how is the mayor going to put him back? Miles. If they are the documents of the nature he understands they are, there will be another chief in his office. They would put him back for the very reason it would ensure a straight administration of the next chief. Colyar. Will you call me in the morning at 10 o'clock? Miles. I will call you at 10 o'clock. Colyar. We will make Tom spend his money now? Miles. Yes, you don't want to give the mayor any list of these things? Colyar. I thought you wanted the papers. Miles. I don't want them, Colyar. Tom does. He can tell about the papers, whether they are what he wants. Miles. We agree with the mayor that we get this list. Colyar. Tom said that the papers... Miles. Between you and Tom, we have nothing to do with it. If you are going to sell them to him, we will drop out of it. You say you will see the mayor? Colyar. I will see him tomorrow. Miles. Good night. Colyar. Good night.